Hey everyone, it's the Cinema Dude and welcome back to my channel. And today's video takes us not in the movie room but in my kitchen, as I just received a package from Severin Films, and it is the Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee Volume 2. So we'll be able to unbox this today. First and foremost, thanks everybody for watching and supporting the channel. I do appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoyed last week's video where we went over movie podcasts on what my recommendations are. I hope you've checked out some of those. So let's get right into the unboxing video. So this is the second collection put out by Severin in honor of Christopher Lee's 100th birthday. Last year they put out the first set, and the first set was a 9-disc and a book set. I had 8 Blu-rays and 1 CD. In this set, it included Sherlock Holmes and the Deadly Necklace, Challenge the Devil, Crypt of the Vampire, Castle of the Living Dead, The Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism, and Theater Macabre, the Polish anthology series. So this new set is 7 disc and a book set, so it's 6 Blu-rays and 1 CD. On here it has Uncle Was a Vampire, The Secret of the Red Orchid, Dark Places, Dracula and Son, and Murder Story. So let's open this one up. There we go. In real time, so all right. Take that. All right, so same kind of concept like volume 1 with the top and stuff, and the has the top like this. I have to say, I definitely said it in this box too, is Severin has really stepped it up with their boxes, having them hard. I have a few other older Severin releases. It's just kind of very flimsy box. These boxes definitely have went through. So I'll go through the back real quick. It says, to celebrate the centennial of Sir Christopher Lee, Eurocrypt Collection 2 presents 5 of the most unexpected, underrated, and underseen films of the iconic actor's European career. Immediately following Horror of Dracula, Lee reprised the role in the quirky 1959 Italian comedy, The Uncle Was a Vampire. Lee speaks fluent German opposite Klaus Kinski for the crazed 1960 Krimi film, The Secret of the Red Orchid. In the 1973 UK psycho thriller Dark Places, Lee top-lines a cast that includes Joan Collins, Herbert Lam, and Jane Birkin. Lee's final performance as the Count in the 1976 French comedy Dracula and Son can at last be seen here in its superior director's cut, while the ultra-rare 1988 Dutch drama Murder Story brings Lee into the sex shops of Amsterdam. Each film has been remastered from original negative materials with over 15 total hours of trailers, commentaries, alternate cuts, vintage interviews, and new featurettes, including the Dracula and Son soundtrack and a new 100-page book by Lee biographer Jonathan Rigby. So we'll go through each film, and then we'll go with the book to the end. So this is Uncle Was a Vampire. That's the front. That's the back. And then that's the inside. So it says the U.S. Home video premiere featuring the uncut Italian theatrical and alternate broadcast versions. It says shortly after Horror of Dracula, Christopher Lee accepted an offer from producer Mario Cicciagori, whose 200 plus films would include Argento's Opera and Oscar nominee Il Postino, to make his first Italian film and reprise his star-making role. With his Carpathian domicile brought by developers Baron Rodrigo Lee, in full Hammer/Dracula mode, flees to the ancestral castle owned by his impoverished nephew, 50s comedy star Renito Rascal. But when the nephew sells this castle to luxury hotelers, Uncle Prince of Darkness must withstand obnoxious tourists, bikini beauties, and his own blood-sucking bellhop relative. And then, so on here is Comedita Dracula all'Italiana, interview with European film scholar Dr. Pasquale Imone, alternative cut from the Italian broadcast master, and then alternative cut audio commentary with Christopher Lee, biographer Jonathan Rigby, and Hammer historian Kevin Lyons. So that is Uncle Was a Vampire. This is from 1959 for 101 minutes. So all of these actually, along with how in the first set I said that about 5 of the 6 I had saw. This one are total blind buys to me. But like I said, I love this set, so I took a gander at to pick up this one. So the next is the Krimi film, The Secret of the Red Orchid, starring Klaus Kinski and Christopher Lee. And that's the front. That is the back. So, for those that don't know, Krimi is like a murder mystery, pseudo giallo. It's Germany's kind of version of the giallo film, a little bit. Krimi films, again, were the same thing. There were these murder mystery type of books in Germany, and this is what came out of it. So they kind of both intersect. There's a little bit of crossover where there was German, Italian co-productions, and so you get this kind of mixture. It's a very cool. It's definitely a subset of films that I personally don't have a lot of, but it's cool to see. There's about, officially, they say about like 65 or 70 of them, and that's like straight Krimi films. But then the ones that kind of cross over and they have the giallo vibes and this and that, it expands from that. So with this, and then again, that's the inside. It says the first U.S. disc release with English and German language tracks. Christopher Lee stars, speaking fluent German in this off-the-wall 1962 Krimi filmed in Hamburg and based on the Edgar Wallace novel When the Gangs Come to London. And that's the other thing too, is a lot of the Krimi films were based on Edgar Wallace novels and stories. As rival Chicago mobsters, led by Klaus Kinski, as Pretty Boy Steve unleash a spree of extortion, machine gun mayhem, and murder across England, Scotland Yard summons a cunning FBI agent, played by Lee, to end the escalating gang war. Adrian Hoven, Mark of the Devil, Castle of the Creeping Flesh, and Marisa Mel, Danger Diabolique, co-star in this entertaining riff on the classic gangster genre. And it's from Krimi Film, does that. And then here there is an audio commentary with Mondo Digital's Nathaniel Thompson and Troy Hayworth, author of So Deadly, So Perverse. And then there is an audio commentary with Kim Newman and Barry Forsaw, and then a trailer. So it's kind of cool. 2 different commentaries on here by people that know what they're talking about. So definitely this will be the first one I dive into in the set. And then we have Dark Places. And this is the one with Joan Collins in it. And it says, the first official U.S. disc release. Christopher Lee top-lines a cast that includes Joan Collins, Herbert Lamb, Jane Birkin in this 1974 UK production, directed by John Sharp of Rasputin the Mad Monk, and Psychomania fame. It's equal parts old dark house supernatural shocker and Amicus-style all-star fun. When the former administrator of the asylum, Robert Hardy, who played Cornelius Fudge in the Harry Potter films, inherits the crumbling estate of an elderly inmate, he unlocks a nightmare of lust, larceny, insanity, and several murders grisly enough to warrant an X certification from the BBFC. Jane Marsh, who was in the Return to Oz and the co-star in this overly overlooked entry amid the 1970s Anglo horror cycle. And it's now scanned uncut in a 4K from an internegative recently discovered in a London lab vault. Again, you have a audio commentary with Nathaniel Thompson and Troy Howarth. You have a commentary with Jonathan Rigby, a U.S. teaser trailer, and Brazilian TV spot. Let's see. This one, also to go back, this one was scanned in 2K from the dupe negative and presented with its English and German language tracks for the first time in America. And then this one was featuring uncut theatrical version scanned in 2K from the dupe negative and an alternative TV version sourced from its broadcast tape masters. So those are those ones as well. Another one that's probably will be second on the list of watching that. And then we have Dracula and Son. That is the back. And so this one, a little different. This one comes with the soundtrack. So this is the listing for the soundtrack. And then you have the disc. So this disc. Then you have the U.S. theatrical version disc. And then you have the CD soundtrack for this one. So this one's definitely a lot more packed with stuff. So 3-disc collection, including the original director's cut, plus the U.S. theatrical version and CD soundtrack, like I said. For his 10th and final screen appearance as Dracula, Christopher Lee starred speaking fluent French in this slyly ingenious 1976 horror comedy based on a novel by Claude Klutz and directed by Academy Award nominee Eduardo Molinari. When the U.S. distributor recut and dubbed the film into a broad parody, it was deservedly met with universal disdain. Molinari's director's cut can now be experienced for the first time ever in America, lovely restored in 4K from the original negative with both French and English audio tracks. And then it's loaded with special features. So then, like you said, there's an audio commentary. So disc 1, the director's cut, has an audio commentary with Jonathan Rigby and Kevin Lyons, an audio commentary by Kat Ellinger, an interview with Bernard Menez, Let the Sun Shine In, archival French TV interview with Christopher Lee, the Molinari tapes, an interview with the director, who was Claude Klutz, filmmaker Patrice Leconte, on his 3-time co-writer and author of the novel Paris Vampire, and then archive interview with Claude Klutz at the 1976 presentation. And then the trailer, and then the U.S. version includes the German credit sequences and TV spots. So that is Dracula and Son. And then finally we have Murder Story, and then also Mask of Murder as well on this disc. That's front. That is the back. So, and this is the worldwide disc premiere and then bonus second feature. The lone feature film written and directed by 80s music video hitmakers Eddie Arno and Marcus Innocenti, Christopher Lee delivers a sly performance as a famous mystery novelist whose mentoring of an inspired young writer will lead them both into an Amsterdam-based web of pornography, arson, and global conspiracy of cold-blooded murder. Bruce Boa co-stars in this 1988 British and Dutch thriller, now scanned in 4K from its original negative. As a bonus, Rod Taylor, Valerie Perrine, and Lee star in the ultra-rare 1988 Swedish giallo Mask of Murder, sourced from the best existing master. So on here, there is an audio commentary with co-writers and co-directors Eddie Arno and Marcus Incenti, a British producer in Holland, a interview with producer Tom Reeve, a trailer, and then, like I said, Mask of Murder. And then finally, they end with the book by Jonathan Rigby, Christopher Lee, A Career in 6 Snapshots. So this looks like it goes through his career through different phases and such. Very kind of cool. I think, what was the other one? The other one was Christopher Lee, The Continental Connection. So, everyone, that is the unboxing of the Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee. Like I said, all blind. It's a kind of a blind buy for me. So, very excited to check this out. Like I said, the set came out great, and was excited for this one. Just as equally excited, and I know this will be a great one, and most likely be on the end of the year list. So, definitely check this one out. Comment below, have you picked this one up yet? The Severin sales has happened. They definitely dropped this one down to a decent price. So did you pick this one up, the first one? Have you picked up the second one? So comment below on that. Comment below what your favorite Christopher Lee movie is as well. Next week, we are, again, kind of depends, a little bit up in the air. My halfway to Black Friday sale, Vinegar Syndrome sets shipped. So if that comes through, I will show that. If not, we'll do a What's New in the Queue episode. So it'll be either or. So come back and check that out. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for supporting. And remember, be kind and rewind. We'll see everybody next week.